The Holosun Aems versus the AEMS MAX RONIN. Which one's right for you? Full disclosure, I've loved the Holosun Aems since its release. And I'm not sponsored by Holosun, but I do think they're gaining a tremendous amount of success in the optics industry. So I've been tracking their various developments for a few years now. They went from being the lesser known budget option for amateur shooters looking for a cheap but usable optic to a combat tested contender for premium rifle and pistol sights. The Holosun Aems was originally received by many shooters as a smaller, feature-packed alternative to the EOTech holographic sight. The Aems was offered in 4 versions, 2 green and red budget-friendly packages dubbed the Core version, and 2 green and red full-featured versions. The Aems Core lacks a solar failsafe on top, and the sacrificial lenses on the front and back of the optics glass. There's a roughly $150 difference between the full-featured and Core versions of the Aems, coming in at around $450 and $300 respectively. I've been running the green, non-Core Aems for about 4 months now, and I've been happy with it, but 2 things always bugged me about it: the window size and the mounting style. The Aems is demure. It's tiny and maneuverable and uses a proprietary mounting system. That means if you want to buy an aftermarket mount, you'll have to buy one machine specifically for the Aems, so your options are limited. At almost $600, the Holosun Aems MAX RONIN is one of the most expensive red dots on the market today, and in my opinion, that's for a good reason. Like its little brother, the Holosun Aems MAX sports a battery life of 50,000 hours at medium brightness, or 5 years, with built-in shake-away technology to stretch that time out. And even if that battery does somehow die, its solar failsafe should keep the optic charged and running. Both optics have 3 modes, a 2 MOA dot, a 65 MOA circle, or you can use both at the same time. Both the Aems and its big brother are made of 7075 T6 aluminum, with the Core version being made of the softer 6065 aluminum. The aluminum housing of the Aems and the Aems MAX is well suited for high stress and tensile forces, as well as continuous water submersion up to about a meter or so. The Aems MAX RONIN features a 300% larger window than the Aems. After putting a few hundred rounds through both optics, I'm happy to say that the Aems MAX is far more intuitive to shoot with both eyes open. Its truly massive window allows for faster target acquisition and ease of use when shooting from odd angles. But with that increased window size comes a noticeable drawback. It's a colossal optic, and it weighs in at 10.4 ounces, nearly double the weight of the Aems. On a lightweight rifle, that isn't really significant. But when you add a light, sling, a heavy-duty handguard, and a laser or bipod, that weight quickly adds up. And for smaller people or shooters with disabilities, the Aems MAX may be the straw that breaks the camel's back. However, the Aems MAX ships with a monolithic quick-detach mount that slaps onto any Picatinny rail or riser. This is a massive improvement in my opinion over the Holosun Aems, which uses a proprietary footprint, meaning that if you want to run an alternative mount like the one seen in this video, you'll have to buy an Aems-specific mount from Unity Tactical or American Defense Manufacturing, both of which I've used and love. The Aems has earned a rifle spot in the optics industry. It's lightweight and small, and takes up less space on your rifle than most optics in its class. The Aems MAX is a newcomer with some serious heavyweight contemporaries, like the Huey or the EOTech holographic sights. While shooting, I didn't notice any parallax with my Aems MAX, and it never lost 0. Both optics are great pieces of tech, and while they look similar, they perform very different roles. In my opinion, if you have a pistol caliber carbine or a SBR with little rail space, the Aems is just a no-brainer. It sports an attractive housing, and there's plenty of aftermarket support for it. But if you have an intermediate length rifle, and maybe you're shooting competition or need an optic for duty use, I can't recommend the Aems MAX more. It's a rugged optic ready for rugged use.